It's time for our Health Connect segment, thanks to our partners at Medavie. Today's conversation could potentially save a life, maybe even your own. If you have school-aged children in your care, it's time to have a conversation about calling 911 in the event of an emergency. A lot of parents and caregivers assume children know how to place the call, but in a stressful situation, it's not always that simple. Here to tell us more is Allison Larkin, the operations manager for Medicom Atlantic. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning.
It's so nice to have you here, and this is going to be an important conversation. I know that you're new to dispatch, but you have been a paramedic for more than 16 years, so you've seen plenty of 911 calls on both sides.
We sure have, yes.
So when do you call 911?
So we call 911 in a life or death emergency situation for serious emergencies. And what that means, can be someone that's badly hurt, someone is not waking up, having a hard time breathing, bleeding, heavy bleeding, or there's a fire or a very unsafe situation. And it can be tricky for children to understand, but having regular conversations with them as parents and caregivers, what a serious emergency is and when to call 911, it can really help them understand.
For sure. How do you have this conversation with kids? Because you don't want to frighten them, but you also want them to be prepared.
Yeah, so, teach them that if they're not sure, it is okay to call. It's better to call than not call because we can't send help if we don't know. Our dispatchers understand that, children can be call in non-emergency situations sometimes, but like I said, if they're unsure, we'd rather them call, and we're really good here to help them through the call.
Now, to prepare a child to make the call, what should we tell them to say to the dispatcher?
So it's very important to teach them to stay calm and speak clearly. If they're calling 911, it is most likely a very stressful, scary situation, but trying to stay calm by taking some deep breaths can help us get all the information. Like I said, our communications officers do an amazing job talking to kids.
I bet you're specially trained to be able to pull the information out of kids when they do make that call. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, we are. So it's good to teach them that they'll be asked their name, what happened, and also where you are or their address.
That's
good.
Sorry, that's a great point that children should know their address. So maybe parents might want to have the number, I know it's 911, but the number and that information on maybe a note on the fridge or something that might be clear for kids to be able to find.
Their address should be on the phone or the fridge, something easy for them to find. Also showing them how to unlock a cell phone or get through the emergency settings on the phone so you can dial 911. On a landline, on a phone that's on the wall, it's very simple. You pick up and you just dial 911, but we know a lot of people don't have landlines anymore and they just use a cell phone or mobile device.
Yep, that's a good point. And then as far as what children need to say, is it possible to kind of role play with your kids to simulate an emergency situation?
Yes, it is. Yep. So practice just mock playing, role playing, calling 911 and having your children see the address, clearly say the address, and also teach them about landmarks, the color of their house if they're out in the country, or what the outside of their house looks like, because that can help responders find the house if we cannot find the civic number if they're too stressed and can't remember what to do.
That's great advice, Allison. Is there anything else you want to remind us of?
Just want to remind you that you can call 911 from anywhere. It doesn't have to be just at home. It can be in a park. Just find a phone and dial 911 and try to remember where you are, be able to explain the situation, and we'll help you through it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
That was Allison Larkin with Medicom Atlantic, courtesy of our partners at Medavie. We put more written information on our website. Time to take a break. CTV Morning Live will be right back after this.